The worst flight ever.
Hello, we are the pilots, Merope, Natalie, Harry and Vangelis.
We'd like to tell you about a story that we read in the English class.
Nikki Maxwell, the protagonist of the Dark Diaries, was thinking of her trip to Paris when she remembered the horrific plane trip with her little sister Brianna.
The trip started with a really long wait in line to get through the airport security to board the plane.
Brianna was bored when she suddenly pointed at a security guard with a dog and screamed, "Hey, look, a puppy!"
Brianna quickly rushed over to the dog and gave it a big hug. Nikki frantically dashed after Brianna, but the dog just sniffed her and licked her. The grumpy security guard scolded Brianna and said, "Step away from the dog, miss." Brianna ran to the spot in line.
This was Brianna's very first trip in a plane, but unfortunately, they didn't have 4 seats all together in the same row. Their parents sat together and Nikki was stuck sitting with Brianna. "Why aren't we flying?" she asked 2 seconds after we sat down. "Brianna, people are sick balls in the plane," I explained.
Once everyone was seated, the flight attendant started her speech about what to do when the plane crashes into the ocean.
So Nikki kind of understood when Brianna started to freak out.
Then she climbed out of her seat and crawled underneath it. Even though the plane was already taxiing on the runway, Brianna pulled out her life vest from the bottom of her seat and put it on. Nikki pulled Brianna back into her seat and fastened her seatbelt.
But then the plane lifted off the ground and it felt like a roller coaster going up a huge hill. That's when Brianna started to scream.
Brianna only screamed again when the plane ride got a little bumpy.
And when someone flushed the toilet on the plane.
And when the flight attendant offered her apple juice because they didn't serve her favorite drink.
When the plane was landing.
When it took 10 minutes to get off the plane in the airport.
When her father wouldn't let her ride on the baggage carousel with the suitcases.
Brianna finally fell asleep in the rental car as they were pulling into her aunt's driver. "Oh, she's sleeping like a little angel," Nikki's aunt gasped.
In spite of the fact that Brianna had been acting like a Tasmanian devil, Nikki's mom actually agreed with her.
Thanks for watching!